Good day, traders. This is Rich with some price action on the markets. Currently 4:01 p.m., November 6, 2020, Friday, end of the week. And we had an interesting day, to say the least. Very scary start with a really, really nice finish. And we finished flat on the SPX, pretty much flat on the NASDAQ, and almost flat on the Dow Industrials. Now, we are looking at a SPY that pretty much closed exactly where it opened. We are looking at an election that's a mess. But if you watched my video yesterday, you saw what happened in that ROKU trade at the end of the video, which I jumped in on and made a decent amount. I made $50 on 25 shares. That's pretty good on a move on ROKU. But let's just say I got involved with ROKU again today. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, and I appreciate that. Almost at 100 subscribers, which is pretty good. I mean, I know there's channels out there that have thousands and thousands, and I don't know how they got so many. Maybe it's because their content's a little bit better, but I think mine's not too bad. Anyway, going into the weekend, I'm on the green side. But let me tell you, it was scary early on. In fact, I traded Square back in August, I believe, and it was almost the start of my downtrend. It was a Boeing trade and a Square trade that started the downtrend back in August, where I was really feeling deflated after nice run-ups, but I was able to fight back, and I just got stupid with it. It wasn't that I was trading too heavy. I was trading 200 shares and 300 shares of it. And you can see here, I was looking for the opening break here. So we have an opening of 185.24. And I was taking the 185 break to break through the 185.39 high. But I anticipated it here on this candle and got flushed down. I anticipated it here on this candle and got flushed down. And I anticipated it here really early and got flushed down. So I had 3 trades on this stupid stock in a row. And I was down $430 to start the day in the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Very frustrating. Not exactly how I wanted to start the day. I really liked it, and then look what happened. It eventually did break the 185 and ripped to what? 195. Closed at 197. Got a high of 201. Just a decent trade that I decided to take too early 3 times. So frustrating start, and then I heard a call out on ACB, which I've done well in the past. Actually, if you go back on a daily, I was trading in May, and actually I made probably my biggest trade since I started was on ACB. I think I made $400 on one of these 2 days. I forgot which day it was, but it was sweet. It was solid. But let's go back to this morning. The call was pretty early through the 9 level here. Here. I jumped in on this one with 1,000 shares, got flushed down for 20 cents and lost another $200. Okay, so now you got all the bad news out of the way. I'm down 630 maybe, and I'm calm though. I'm very calm. Emotions are in check. I'm like, okay, one more trade. Don't just stick to your normal size. Don't go too crazy. I don't think my size was too terrible on this, because if it did break, which it did, it's a nice move with some serious shares. 456 shares, 460 million shares in volume. That's insane. So I'm like, okay, let's go look at ROKU again. ROKU, right? I can't stand this stock. I had the hardest time trading this stock. So I traded last night after hours. Made that nice move for 4 points. 4 points. And it went actually another 10 points after that last night. Minimal shares. So I knew that I needed to nail this one and nail it hard. And I was in for 300 shares. Looking at the 236 break. But I was actually looking at, if you look at this candle, it's a 235.85. I was looking at the opening price break here. And as it came up on this particular candle, I jumped in early at 235.60. And look at the move I made. Probably my best trade ever. 300 shares. If I held it all, we're talking 20 points. So it would have been like $6,000. I did not get $6,000. But I reversed my losses of around 630 to a positive side. And I had sells at, my first sell was at 2 points. What else? Like 4 points. I had a sell at 248. I had a sell at 250. And then I sold my last 2 shares at 253.50. My tally on Roku was 782.58. You can see here my 2 shares are sold at the last minute here. I did take an APVO trade with 100 shares, made like $6 on it or something like that. But you can see all my shares that are getting off on Roku. And I just had a awesome Roku trade. And I didn't take another trade after that, other than that APVO, but that was just like a minimal trade. I did miss a couple. But because I was in Roku, I did miss that ACB trade. I missed the Tilray trade. Maybe one other one, but I don't quite remember exactly. Even you was in game today, but it didn't really set up anything. Nice move here. Look at this daily, insane from 110 to 119. But overall, a good day for a flat market. So let's check out the equity curve to close out the weekend. And what I might do is even show the video of the Roku trade. What do you call it? This weekend, if I have time to make a video, I'm doing a little bit of traveling locally, and I don't know if I'll have time, but it's a pretty neat, another motivational like pins. Remember I was talking about getting one of those. If I didn't take those stupid square trades, I might have handled Roku a little bit differently. Had I not taken those square trades and been down. I think I jumped the gun a little early on it, but the momentum was building. I don't think I forced the entry. I had zero pain. You know, no price against me. Just kept flying up. And actually reversed back down. Got within about 30 cents of my entry. And then it went 20 points. That's how good this trade was. 20 points. Now I just need to be, that second sell I went 100. I probably should have gone 100, 50. And then I think I just wanted to collect some of my losses back. I was trading what I saw. I didn't want to force, wasn't looking at the P&L so much, but I knew I needed to get some of that money back. And in this case, I let it run and I let it collect. I mean, at one point I had all my shares. I was showing like $600 if I had sold it all. So that's how much I was holding at my first sale. And then it went up. And then when it pulled back, I ended up unloading a little bit, thinking it wasn't going to go keep going. And then for the final push, I had like 50 shares left. And I took some off as it kept climbing. It was a machine. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was a machine. So let's go check out the equity curve and I'll show you my day. Okay, so here's a look at the trades I had this morning. Square 1, square 2, square 3, ACB down to 630. Okay, so I had 4 trades. Did I really have 4 trades? Win, loss. That's interesting. But here's Roku. The Roku just went up, and went up. And then I ended the day with 160, 159.58. So we'll call it 160 because it'll round up. 160 from being down 630. So I will take that to close out the week. I had a green day every day this week. I'm feeling really good. I was, again, even with this downward move in my equity line, I was still confident and not as emotional as I was back in a few months ago. I really think there's good things to come. I wish I made a little bit more money on. If I didn't take all this, I would be up $790 or something like that. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I'm getting there. And I hope you guys are getting there too. So make sure you like the channel video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see. I'll do the best I can to provide it. Still hoping to get video of myself as I'm recording these, so it's a little bit more, I don't know, in the know. But I'm holding out just a little bit longer to make sure I have everything how I want it. And so things are going well. And I'll try to do a video on Saturday or Sunday to talk about the ROKU trade in more in depth and show you the actual video of it playing out. It's kind of motivational, like that Pinterest trade, and we'll go from there. So have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.